Hello and welcome back to NYCryptoTalk. Today I'm going to be doing a project update on CPChain, also known as Cyber Physical Chain. So this is a subscriber requested update video. I will be doing a handful of these in the next couple of weeks, but this is the first one that I'm going to be going over. There's been a lot of development since I've done my initial review on CPChain, so I just kind of want to jump into the major milestones and partnerships and news that has come out for the project. So looking at their Medium page, so one of the first things that they have talked about is their token buyback program. So CPChain is now looking to buy back up to 50 million CPC tokens over the next 12 months, which accounts for approximately 13% of the total tokens issued. The main utilization of these tokens that they're going to buy back are going to be exclusively used for community operations and construction under the vision of safeguarding community interests as well as optimizing the CPChain ecosystem. They're going to be locking this up for 1 year, so anybody who holds CPChain tokens, basically you're looking at a 13% decrease in the total circulation for at least a year. So always a positive thing, I think, when the project wants to buy back its own tokens and look to recirculate it at a future point and use those tokens for current operations, technology, or other things in the pipeline. So a few things that they've announced on their Medium page are the use cases for smart healthcare solutions. There's been lots of issues with vaccine scandals in China, so they talk about how they can basically utilize their functionality for IoT healthcare solutions. There's a partnership with Nugget. Nugget is a privacy assured e-commerce payment and ID platform, so basically a secure identity and payments platform for IoT consumers on the CPChain platform. And then there's a couple of use cases for CPChain in the automotive industry. They did reach a strategic cooperation with the National Driving Safety Research Center in China, so this is a big push for them to go into the automotive industry. And then there's a lot of talks about the different partnerships. One has to do with automotive, which is Mobi. Mobi has a lot of current partnerships with BMW, Ford, and General Motors, so basically improving the standards and accelerating the adoption of blockchain and related technologies. There's also a partnership with Marziper and TrueBlocks, and they also did get announced on a couple of different exchanges, including KuCoin and Loopring, and they've had a couple of different announcements over the past couple of weeks. One of their main pieces of news has been the PDash, which is basically their portal for the product itself and how it works. So there is an actual YouTube video I will link in the description below, but basically this is a good representation of how it works, and the actual portal itself has a provider wallet, the external storage for the actual data that is being sold on the market, whether it's Amazon S3, Dropbox, IPFS, whatever the storage solution might be. Then they utilize their proxy network, which is a P2P network of relay proxies, and then the consumer can then purchase the information all through the market. So if you actually come here to CPChain's YouTube page, you will actually be able to look at the actual demo itself. I'm going to put it a little bit on mute, but here you can see where they can actually create the product, and then all the way for uploading it to the actual user downloading it and purchasing it. So all the information you can actually see here on their YouTube page. I will link this video in the description. And then there's some more information here on the actual PDash product and how it works. The major announcement for today, August 31st, 2018, is their RNode ecosystem structure release. So this is anybody who is looking to lock up their tokens. You can become an RNode, which is a reputation node. So there are different levels and different types of nodes that you can actually be, from an economy node to a computing and storage node to an industry node. So depending on what you are, what type of hardware you have, and how many tokens you hold, you can become any one of these three. And there's different types of income. Basically, how much is actually going to get put into your account depends on your reputation score, and there's different calculations for that, which I won't go too much into detail. But basically, the economy node, if you want to become a node, you have to own 20,000 CPC, and you have the right to vote in the community, being an economy node. the computing and storage node. Basically, you need to have a basic configuration of computing, storing, and be able to meet their hardware requirements for this functionality. You also need a lot more tokens. And then there's the industry node, which is the IoT industry partners and CPChain's ecosystem peer developers. So here it talks about the reputation node. In order to be a computing and storage node, you need a minimum of 200,000 CPC, but you also need to satisfy the hardware, software, and network requirements. So this is not for your typical individual. This is someone who has a server or something along those lines that you can actually maintain a specific network connection as well as hardware requirements. And then you have the industry node plus the storage and computing node. So this is something that will have to be worked out directly with CPChain if you're one of the IoT individuals. Then there's the consensus overview, which you can go into how it actually works. I won't go too much into this in this video, maybe in a future video, but then here you can see the node reputation value assessment procedure. This is basically to figure out how much you actually own percentage-wise in the whole scheme of things when it comes to nodes. And then it'll give you a breakdown of how actually you're getting entitled rewards and how many actual rewards are going to be. So there will be 5 million CPC annually for the basic rewards, and they tell you break it down by quarterly, and then how long you have to lock it up, which is 90 days. And then the blockchain maintenance rewards, which is a bonus, and it depends on the actual block generation, and it tells you how many are actually going to be generated annually. There are 3 million blocks that are going to be generated annually. So a lot of great news from the CPChain team. Also something that I noticed since my past couple of weeks that I've been out, they did have a rebrand. They did have a logo design contest, and now CPChain now has a brand new logo. It is very nice. So they actually had a contest for this, and I do like the CPChain logo now. So congrats to whoever actually won that. I will be keeping up with the project. There's a lot of good things for CPChain down the road, so definitely give it a check out on their Twitter, their Medium page, as well as their YouTube page, where they have a lot of great information. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for more videos, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again.